Thank you. Can somebody help that poor woman who fainted? Happy Thursday, everyone. This fall, Chris Christie will teach a class at Yale on how to run a political campaign.
Uh-oh.
There, he'll discuss everything he's ever done and then say, don't do that. The class will only be open to 10 students because that's the most that'll fit in there with him. The class will be very inclusive, considering Christie is fluent in over 8 sandwiches. And any student bringing an apple should be aware he won't accept it unless it's dipped in caramel.
He's a friend.
Kamala Harris has been roundly criticized for bringing Tim Walz along with her for tonight's CNN interview. But supporters say America is used to her dragging around a creepy old white guy. Harris has claimed she once worked at McDonald's, but people are finding it very hard to verify this. Although one former employee says she did put him in jail. Why would she lie? Anyway, a Venezuelan migrant gang was caught on camera taking over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado. Authorities are at a loss on how to negotiate with people so willing to risk their security deposit. You know, I like that joke, and I resent you for not laughing.
I approve this resentment.
Thank you. Laundry experts may have uncovered where your missing socks have gone. They may have been sucked into improperly inserted lint filters, although some men might have just put them down the front of their pants. Colorado man survived a night alone on a mountain after his coworkers left him behind during an office retreat. Hell, why didn't we think of this, huh?
I saw that one coming.
According to the U.S. Surgeon General, parenting can be hazardous to your health due to high levels of stress, especially when your kids hate your guts. Yeah, just keep it on there. We love you, Jamie. And finally, sources say Barron Trump will not follow in his father's footsteps and instead will go to school somewhere in New York. Hunter Biden, however, still plans on following his father's footsteps by banging Jill. All right. Let's do a monologue. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, because then all I do is stare at my ass. But what if Trump wins? Who would he ask to join his merry pirate ship of radicals? What about Elon Musk? This week, former Navy SEAL Sean Ryan mentioned that Musk expressed an interest in being part of the second Trump administration. I wonder if he and Elon have a great relationship. Is he great? Is he a totally unusual character? And do we have to cherish our geniuses?
If Elon and I have a great relationship. He's great. He is a totally unusual character. Do you know Elon at all?
I don't.
He's great. And he's smart. And we have to cherish our geniuses. You know, we don't have too many of them, right?
Mm-hmm. He's right. We don't have enough geniuses. But this Trump-Musk matchup is like one of those videos where an owl becomes friends with a lion. You know, I just love unexpected matchups. You know, like this. Or this.
Wow.
And this. But would Trump put Musk in the cabinet?
I'd put him in the cabinet, absolutely, but I don't know how he could do that with all the things he's got going. But he can sort of, as the expression goes, consult with the country and give you some very good ideas.
He's right. Musk could offer a ton of good ideas. Plus, it would be fun to see how many government workers he gets pregnant. But if you don't think Musk is qualified, remember, he runs X and Tesla and launches rockets. The only thing Biden has been known to launch is an underwear rocket after his Metamucil smoothie. And have you seen Biden's hires? It looks like they sent a headhunter to the bar in Star Wars. So what's so radical about a president having smart people in his cabinet? Be a nice change from the Biden-Harris White House, which is less a cabinet and more a padded cell. Think about it. Mayor Pete, Blinken, Raimondo, Cardona, Garland, Mayorkas. It's like they found these people under the roommates wanted section of Craigslist. But Trump, you know, he should treat his cabinet like Ocean's 11. Put together the most elite team of brilliant minds across multiple fields. Get the best CEOs or other great thinkers instead of lifelong politicians. Make it the opposite of the Biden clown show, where they cast for diversity instead of brilliance and didn't care about the end result. And it seems like Trump's already thinking that way. Tulsi Gabbard and RFK Jr. have already joined his White House transition team. That's two former Dems working for Trump, which is akin to the Dems like Maxine Waters joining the Aryan Brotherhood. Welcome aboard. And apparently the pair have said they'd contribute to the Trump lineup in their fields of expertise. For RFK, it could be chronic diseases or legal reform or how to get sick abs. And for Tulsi, why not foreign policy? It'd be nice to have a Secretary of State who can bring us peace without leaving a trail of unfortunate suicides. But who else could Trump tap? Joe Rogan, Mike Rowe, Dana White, Bill Ackman, Kid Rock? How about Larry Kudlow as Treasury Secretary? He's smarter than Janet Yellen, and his haircut wasn't brought to you by Tupperware. Judge Jeanine could be Attorney General. Finally, we could deport Geraldo.
Never over.
Vivek, right? He could be Secretary of State. What better way to reflect America than outsourcing an important job to an Indian? Tyrus could head up Homeland Security. Hell, he's big enough to be the Department of Homeland Security.
Part-time.
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 Kat could be the Secretary of Interior because she never leaves her house. Kilmeade could head up the Department of Transportation. After all, his career is a train wreck. How about Pete Hegseth to head up Veterans Affairs? You know he'll uphold the Constitution when he's got it tattooed on his arm. Then there's me. What should I do? Perhaps a new position for Secretary of Muscles. Yeah. You won't get ripped off. You'll just get ripped. Look, we already got the makings of the most anti-establishment presidency in history. So let's start there and then create a merry, unpredictable, perhaps even eccentric band of rogues with specific talents. Make it the perfect pirate ship. And isn't this exactly how this country was founded? Not by arrogant, rent-seeking insiders and bureaucrats, but renegades and miscreants. Our founding fathers weren't the establishment. They were rebels, badasses, and even playboys. They make the crew on Ocean's 11 look like the brats from Car for Kids. So why not model a cabinet after them? You could do worse. Hell, we've seen worse up close. Bottom line, our founding fathers weren't people who got along with others. If that were true, we'd still be speaking English. Let's welcome tonight's guest! Like diets and taxes, he's used to being cheated on. Actor, writer, comedian Jamie Lissow. like an Irish bar. Fox Business correspondent Kelly O'Grady. We never thought a twig could get this big. New York Times bestselling contributor Cat Tip. And his idea of a lunchbox is a restaurant. New York Times bestselling author, comedian, and former editor Jimmy Tyrus. Jamie, you're familiar with a dream team. Your wife had one consisting of lawyers when she took everything that you owned. What do you see Trump doing?
I'm excited about his cabinet. I think this. I'm sick of the. They fought in Biden. Do you ever know Biden's cabinet was filled with prescription bottles and Vaseline? And so, by the way, RFK, that photo. Is it normal to be able to see someone's heart? What does that guy do for heart in the gym? Oh my goodness. I would like to defend Kamala a little bit here.
Okay.
You know, she's getting a lot of flack for bringing her buddy with the CNN interview. Is it possible she's just used to watching Joe have handlers everywhere, whether it's when he's walking or in the bathroom? Right? Maybe. By the way, ever since Joe moved in, they're calling it the White House with brown spots. And
Should I stop there, Jamie?
it might be the right thing to do. Being honest.
I love that you're Kelly. Welcome to the show.
Good.
Why not do something? I mean, his White House is already considered kind of like renegade just by him being there. Assuming he wins, why not think outside the box, so to speak?
Well, I mean, absolutely, right? I mean, that's kind of what President Trump is known for, his whole campaign. People love that about him. I don't love Elon Musk, though, as a pick. And especially if I'm a Tesla shareholder, every Tesla investor is going, dear God, no, not another thing for this man to add to his plate. If you own Tesla and you're watching at home, sell if he ends up, because that is going to go down the stock. I don't love him to be advising on artificial intelligence. That's been kind of thrown around. I hate when you have people who are in the cabinet or rather advising on this stuff and they have a financial interest in a certain space. But I do love imagining what it would be like in their meetings, because both of them are known to be talkers.
Yeah.
They're known to be passionate. They're known to get sidetracked. You would really need someone to just pull them all together and be like, okay, so the question was this.
Yes.
Let's get back.
Yeah, they talked for like almost 3 hours. Was it last
that
week?
Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, and it
For
was
X
like
Spaces.
they talked like for 1 hour on one topic, and it was them. You know,
How does Elon build rockets? He does Tesla, and then he smokes weed and does podcasts for 3 hours.
I don't get it.
All of the time. I had one show yesterday. I took 2 naps.
Kat, would you ever work in the White House? Like if they asked you to do something, would you do it? Or are you so adamant against government you wouldn't work for them?
The only thing I would do is if they would just let me shut things down.
Yeah.
I don't want to add, but I think that actually what Trump would need would be somebody like Kelly here to say he needs somebody to say, I don't love that. Mm-hmm. You can't have all yes people around you. You have to have people who can be honest with you. You have to have people where, you show them the outfit that you're planning to wear and they say, what else do you have?
Right.
Because if you're surrounded by all people who are too afraid to disagree with you, that doesn't mean people who hate you, obviously. It could be people who you trust. Mm-hmm. You have to make sure you don't have all yes people around you, because otherwise it's not going to go well for you. I think that's very important for everyone, really.
Yes, I'm a huge proponent of yes people. Mm-hmm. Right, Tyrus?
No.
Thank you.
Not welcome.
Would you ever, if Trump called you up and said, Tyrus, I think you're great. I think you're awesome.
Keep going.
Yes. I'd like you to
had
be.
been great.
I'd like you to be in my cabinet.
I'd like to do press secretary part-time.
Yes.
I think that would be fun, just to go at reporters, you know, and insist on things like follow-up questions. There'll be no notebooks because the ones we saw for the last 3.5 years had no answers in it, so there's no point in having it.
Yeah.
And the one thing we would do is we would push hard to be, everybody had to be vetted. So going back to this Kamala McDonald's, issue.
Yeah.
She came from a loving family, right? So I'm sure they have a picture of her first day at McDonald's.
Yeah.
So put that picture up there and shut everybody up. Listen, I understand. I worked at Arby's for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I did. I showed up 15 minutes late, and they were like, yo, you're late. And I was like, oh, the watch is the white man's tool. And then they said, okay, start on dishes. Oh, it's because I'm black. You want me to wash dishes? I'm not doing it. And then the black manager said to me, you can go.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see? I saw part of the interview. It was only 18 minutes long, where Kamala actually said that we had deadlines that were bound to time. And I'm like trying to think, what other deadlines are there that aren't bound to time?
Who was her speechwriter? Edgar Allan Poe? It was the worst day.
Yeah.
It was the first day.
Yeah.
It was the best day.
Yeah. She looked miserable. But anyway, it was CNN. What do you expect? Up next, cat ladies give Kamala a gift without consulting Taylor Swift.